What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the EAFC Career Mode. It is indeed episode number 101. Yup, thank you for all the love on episode 100 yesterday afternoon. Obviously it took a long time to make, so because of that I'm not sure I'll be able to do a quadruple upload weekend this weekend. I'll try and squeeze one in, but I guess we'll see. That last episode took a lot out of me, man, but was it worth it? Well, as you can see right now, 5 players down, including Kowalczyk now done until around early May. Shirky is coming back. Johnson's also down with a couple of months with a broken toe as well. And of course, we know Mario Maldonado is still not back. Anderson's injury, by the way, for those that missed the last episode, is just a 5-day one. So it was the first game of today's episode, which is away down the road against Leeds. Tough one as well, but he'll be back for the Norwich clash and also these games as well, including a big potential title decider against the Red Devils home. And I'm also going to play that Community Shield today. Community Shield, the League Cup today as well in the final against Manchester City. So loads to get through on the back and a big thank you episode. I will kick it off with Leeds away down the road right at the top of the table, but only by 2 points. Very tight at the top of the Red Devils right on our coattails right now, trying to pull away from Ten Hag's side and get some separation. Come on, you Hatters. Oh, it's a nice little back heel that. It's a good tackle by Sung-Soo. I'll get it back to him. There we go. Cox playing CF in this game. And as he rolls through Simons, that's like a goal from Milan. Cox is the CF through to Xavi Simons. This is why I didn't sell him. And I said this before and I'll say it again. I know sometimes it might sound like I'm being a little bit cautious here, but you should never sell one of your star players in January, especially late on in January, unless you've got the replacement lined up and the bid you can get combined with the money you might already have is enough to sign that replacement. 100% guaranteed. Never leave it to chance. We could have sold Simons. We could have sold him to Arsenal, but we wouldn't have the money to replace him. Instead, with half a season still remaining, still going for a treble, it wouldn't, well, quadruple really, it wouldn't be worth the gamble. Simons, 4th of the year. Luton in front. Goal made in Milan now. Cox to Simons. Listen, I'm all for great January transfers that can, you know, really breathe new life into your squad. Funny enough, the man in the top left, if we remember, now we're going all the way back to season 2. But if you remember, we bought in Duke on deadline day back in season 2 in January, and we were struggling at that point. We were still in the bottom 3, and then he ended up changing our fortunes and helping us stay up. It's the right move to do if the replacement's there, or you've got the money. If you don't, personally, I wouldn't gamble. That should have been 2. Wonderful dribbling, but just couldn't finish. Simons and Cox, the connection, fantastic. Kaczmarek to Christensen. And the Korean Sung-Soo on the turn. Back to Rene Hoffman. Another one of those players that I could have cashed in on. Opted against it. I think I made the right call. We'll try and slide that through to Amos. There we go. And there's a little bit of space for him to run into there as well. And now Peg's back. There we go, that's fine, that's fine, there we go, there we go. That's very nicely done, it's a wonderful build-up. Oh, it would have been a wonderful goal had it not been for Bazunu flying to his left-hand side. I swear, and I know I say this all the time, but if you watch me orchestrating a nice build-up, guaranteed, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to hit the back of the net. I just can't finish those moves off, man. I feel like the pressure gets the better of me, you know, the adrenaline, just can't handle it. Simons, oh, good save again. Stay composed here, man. Need this win. Oh, not you, Duke. Please, no. Come on, man. You can't do that to me. Oh, that would hurt, man. But instead, hold on, guys, we're going to wrap this up here. Just give me a sec if you don't mind. Quick little ball roll inside. There's Cox. And there's Maldonado. Good save on Bazunu. How on earth have I not scored more than 1? Still, in the end, we're not going to need a second goal because like the majority of our wins in this year's FC, they come by a single goal margin. Simons with the only goal of the game. Luton stay top. Oh, yes, and get in. Brentford with the win as well, so would have been top regardless, but now instead, we've gone top by 5 points. Clear of the Red Devils, and we're still 6 clear of Brighton despite their win away at St James's. So let's crack on to the following game then. Definitely want to play the League Cup final. I was going to say Community Shield again. League Cup final today. So let's crack straight on to the next one. Norwich home. Anderson back in the team for this one here. 16 to go and a chance to pull even possibly 8 clear of the chasing pack of what will be 15 games to go. This is a crucial moment of the season here. A real chance to pull away. Had Simons wearing the armband in the last game. It should have been Giles. I know captain's armband can be a bit trivial. It doesn't actually add anything. For those wondering, captain's armband doesn't add anything. You know, you can give it to anyone. It doesn't really matter. But, you know, I've seen some comments, you know, since we returned to Luton. Some of you guys saying, you know, make Cox captain. I'll be honest here, like, I'm not... It's not that I'm against it. I've always been a believer, though, like, the armband should never go to a new signing. Not in the first season. At least not from the very start, you know. Because I remember when Maguire got the armband at Manchester United, and I was like, why? You know, like, you just signed and you got the armband. And listen, you know, I know it's quite common as catch race to save to give a little bit of a dig at Maguire, although I think at times a little bit unfairly have been turned into a scapegoat there at Manchester United. Glad to see him get a little bit of recognition recently. But I've always felt like when a player like signs for a new club, he just shouldn't be in contention to get the armband. You know, he's only just arrived, and now he's got to be a leader. I don't know. That's just always been my thought. But then again with Cox, he's returning. You know, he's not just a new signing. He's Luton Academy grad, mate. So I don't know. I'm definitely thinking about it. Maybe not this season, but definitely next season. And he assisted the game winner in the last one, and he's just assisted the game opener in this one. He's saying, well, I'm leading by example, even if not with the armband. Toby would have finished. Luton in front, 17 minutes here. Lovely ball, that. Watch that man, watch that man, watch that man. Well in, Sebastian. Couldn't win it back, though. Ball inside. I absolutely detest tackling in this year's FC. Cannot stand it. Sebastian's so strong. Great defensive stats, but still doesn't come out with the ball. Maybe it's an unlucky ricochet, but even so, it just happens far too often, man. I think that's the one, well, I say the one thing. I think that's one of the main things I would like to see EA work on within patches. I'm not sure it's going to happen now, though. You know, we're mid-December. But I really wish EA would have looked into that and said, you know what, defenders are far too underpowered and understrength when going in for stand tackle duels. They're not flying off their feet, not out of control, they're in full control. And yet they still rarely come out with the ball. It's so frustrating. There aren't that many things I would change about the gameplay in FC. Genuinely, I enjoy playing it. Like, I enjoy playing this year's FC. I think it's fun. I think it's challenging. I think it's reasonably balanced, you know. But the pace of the game is quite nice. It's not absolutely rapid, but pace still, of course, does have a part to play. As always, as Cocksmith, like I said, leading by example gets yet another. But tackling for sure does need an improvement, no doubt about it. Defenders are far too underpowered. Dalton repaying the favour, giving it to JC, and Cox with goal number 9, I think, this season, puts us back in from... Okay, maybe I should definitely consider, if not this season, next season, getting the armband, man. He is leading out there, whilst we've had this little mini injury crisis too. Last chance for Norwich. Simon says, give me that ball though, and that is going to do it. Looking like Mario Maldonado now, looking at space for Coxey. Great ball. Oh, what a ball, mate. Doxy, I think you know he should be captain. Come on, man. Love Anderson. Stayed there since we brought him back. But this guy, when you talk about leading by example and just getting it done, he's been everywhere recently. This ball to find Dalton. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And Toby with the finish will wrap it up. Luton will stay top regardless, courtesy of a brace from Toby and one for Mr. Cox as well. No Maldonado, no Kowalczyk, no problem. Luton still in form. And Brighton were held as well. Excellent news there, so we'll go even further clear of them. And as for the Red Devils, well, they managed to get back to winning ways there to cut it back to 5. So I think we're going to see the draw for the last 16 in the cup, by the way, in this week here. So well, yeah, there we go. Tournament prize money email up there. We'll see who we got. Last 16 in the FA Cup. Sheffield United away. Bramall Lane right now Championship side. What do you guys think about the sacking, by the way? Paul Heckingbottom getting replaced early doors for Chris Wilder. I gotta be honest, man. I think that's probably the right thing to do there. Possibly a Sheffield United fan favourite. Got a raucous reception, in the week against Liverpool. Probably the right thing to do. We got them though. I think they're top right now in the Championship this season, but we'll take them on away at Bramall Lane. Definitely favourites. Moving on, third game, Forest away at the City Ground. Let's keep it rolling and try and pull away even further clear at the top with 15 to go. Come on, Luton. Christensen to Anderson. He's going to whip one. Oh! Like I said before, something that I've learned through doing all these attempts is if you do it at a 90-degree angle, it has a lot more whip on it, a lot more pace. I can't really give tips because I haven't scored one in 10 years, but definitely worth considering if you're going for them like I do as well. That was very close. I tell you what, whoever does score the halfway line goal, they'll be captain for the rest of the save. No doubt about that. Alex almost held on to it through scoring from that distance. This has not been a good game at all. And in the end, we have to settle for a clean sheet and a point. Winning run ended away at the City ground. Really, the only thing of note was that halfway line attempt. We went close, but no cigar. I'll put it off one day, I'm sure. Unfortunately, this one would have separated the sides. In the end, we settled for the point. But on the same day, Manchester United slipped up again, 3-2 loss at home, so we actually extend the gap on them and Brighton, to be fair, who did win, to 6. So 6 clear heading into our 4th game today at Power Court. If we win this one here, we'll go 9 clear of the Red Devils with 13 to go. And whilst you can never rule them out, you can never rule out any team in this year's CL with how overpowered form is, it'll be a massive gap as we come into the business end. Following game, Red Devils 1st versus 3rd. Win this and we're 9 clear at the top. Come on, you Hatters. Coxie back at CF in this game as well. That probably is, at the moment, the right thing to do in Powell's absence. Because Dalton's pretty decent. He's been alright for me in our first season here. Or back, I should say. But, oh, lovely. Oh, that's so well timed now. Oh, what a ball! Oh, what a goal that would have been. But I'm not sure about the consistency, you know, and especially in the biggest of games like this one as well. That was such a nice move, but once again, how many times, man, I've fluffed my lines on the finish. Oh, hang on. Oh, you can't be doing that. Oh, what a block. No, careful. Not Jude. Oh, my goodness. I still find it perplexing that this guy started off this year's FC with not the joint highest potential in the game. I'm not just saying this because I'm English. I don't feel like I'm being biased here. I really do feel like Bellingham is the best young player in world football right now. For what he's been doing at Dortmund for the past 2 years and the start he's had to Real Madrid, breaking records already. I'm sorry, but to me, he's the best young player in world football. And I stand by that comment as well. Mad to think he didn't give him the same potential as Mbappe and Haaland. No disrespect to those two elite forwards, but I think Bellingham deserved the same potential as the two. Again, I want to be clear. I'm not saying, you know, he should have the same overall, but potential? Oh, hell yeah, in my opinion at least. Oh, speaking of great young English players, come on. Need at least to draw this one. Bellingham through the gap. Isak. Shot blocked by Moreau. Comes straight back to the opposition forwards. How often do we see that? There's Brandon Williams, plays it inside. Bellingham, already got the first for them. Gives it back. Blocked again, and again, we're struggling to get this ball clear here. Tackles, blocks, going straight back to the visitors. And Kaczmarek, good save at the near post. Someone's going to win this, I think. I'm in the Forest game. Excellent matches today. So all Kaczmarek's got to be careful in. To be fair, that's really composed to find Rene and get rid of a few white shirts there. Hold on, wait. Hold on. Cox! JC over JB. Joel Cox 2. Jude Bellingham 1. Luton compromisingly giving it all back, Gaffer. 3 on the clock. You've got to defend this final attack here. Almost there. And whilst Brighton are thrashing Leicester and they'll keep the gap at 6, this might be the knockout blow in the race for the title for the Red Devils. From leading to behind. Their last opportunity, headed clear by Sebastian. Cox heads it away, and that is going to do it. Come on. 9 clear from Manchester United. I'm not going to say it's over for them, but they'll do well to get back in it now. Massive win in the title battle. And just before we get to that Carabao Cup final, the draw for the Europa League last 16 puts us against... Oh, Galatasaray. That's a tasty tie. So there's a couple of great ties in there. You've got Inter vs Spurs, Wolfsburg vs Fiorentina, And we'll take on Galatasaray, the Turkish side in the last league. That's a good tie, that. Very tough contest, I'm sure. Right, let's go. Final game today. First cup final since returning to Luton Town. And whilst we are technically going for the quadruple this season, it's worth pointing out my record in domestic cup finals with Luton so far. Played 2, lost 2, so definitely, despite the fact we are top of the table right now, feeling like the underdogs heading in to this one. Wembley, Carabao Cup final, Manchester City, going for my first major honour since returning to Luton and my first major domestic cup honour in England as well. Come on, you Hatters. 13 minutes to go before the break. Nothing really to report. There's no fluidity to this game. It's been one of those games that's sort of like stuck in midfield, do you know what I mean? Very poor indeed, but a chance here as Coxey plays a great ball through. Simons, keeper comes out, he'll chip it over him, is it going to go in? No, off the line. Off the line, and City escape. Wonderful ball by Cox. Wonderful technique by Simons. Just didn't have the weight on that ball coming down, dropping out of the sky. Still 0-0, but first moment of real quality in the half. 25 minutes to go. Still plenty of this second half remaining. Pedri whips in a corner. Flashbacks to our Champions League final against Milan. Kaczmarek flailing. Does just about enough. Makes the initial save and gets it clear. If only Fuentes could have done that with Sociedad. Christensen will win a goal kick there as well. That is big for the Poland goal. Still 0-0, but just thinking that CL final when Ramos headed in from the corner. I just saw that happening again there. Flashbacks to that night in Lisbon. Still 0-0, but I don't know if this is going pens, you know. Very, very even. Very, very tight. But I can see just one goal separating the sides here. 5 minute of normal time. What's been a real... hang on. Oh, that's so unlucky. What's been a really tense, nervy final. And I think it's going extra time. One last chance for Man City to win this. Dinked in and headed away, and that is going to do it. Extra time it is at Wembley. This has been so tight. Made a couple of changes for the extra time period, but to be fair, looking at the bench, I was like, you know, there's not actually that much quality on there. And I did say, this is the problem with Luton side, man, just not much quality in depth. But I brought on Davey for Amos, and I've got Giles now at left back coming on for Ghana, just because going forward, I mean, he may not be in his prime like he was when we were first at Luton, but he was always really good down that left flank as a source of creativity when bombing forward. So maybe one last hurrah for the veteran who signed that extension in January, or December even. So as things stand, this is going pens, man. It's been such a tight game. If someone does score though, that'll be it. There's definitely no more than one goal going in this extra time period. And if not, we will indeed have the spot kicks. Foden gets around the man, cross in the middle. Catherine doesn't know. Can he get the rebound? No, he can't. The record is going to continue. I just can't win cup finals. Just can't do it. It's over. It is over. Manchester City done such a good job of keeping hold of the ball. And that is going to do it. And Doxy's record in domestic cup finals continues to look absolutely abysmal. Not my go, English manager. He's a fraud. He's bottled it again. Just in English domestic cup finals, the record is now played 3, 1-0, lost 3. And when you factor in a loss with Sociedad as well, albeit getting it right last season, well, the quadruple dreams have gone. And the wait for an English domestic cup continues. Unbelievable. If not this season, then never again. I am absolutely shocking at cup finals this year. I've bottled it again. If we're talking just purely domestic cup finals and no Super Cups or Community Shield Super Coppers, then my record is played 6, won 2, lost 4. So for those that wanted to see me have a more struggling CM, Well, put it this way, I've never had a record like this in cup finals in any CM save I've done before. In Europe, I'm not bad. Domestically, I'm awful. To be fair, I just never turned up in this game either. I just did not get it going at all. I was really, really poor. Static, couldn't get anything going. Couldn't get it through the Coxie. I had that one chance through Seymour's that was cleared off the line. And other than that, there just wasn't really much going on the offensive for me. And in the end, Manchester City winning in extra time ensure they've got their first major honour of the season. And Doxy boys wait for a first English domestic cup honour goes on. To be fair though, and I want to say this is one of the reasons why I've really enjoyed this save and I've really enjoyed playing FC this year. I talked about the need and the want for a challenge. And whenever I get asked, Doxy boy, you know, game's on sale, coming towards Christmas, got a bit of money, should I buy the new franchise, the new version of the franchise? Well, I ask you this question. If you want to play career mode and you want a challenge, then this year, absolutely. This is the most difficult one I've ever played. Gutted. Absolutely gutted. But we go again. We pick ourselves up because on Wednesday night we'll have the FA Cup last 16 away at Bramwell Lane. And we still have a chance to win a domestic cup this year. Albeit we still got a few more rounds to get through. But that'll do it for today's episode of the EA FC Career Mode, guys. So big thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode, then please do drop a like. And much of you all have a fantastic day. And I will see you for the next episode of the EA FC Career Mode as we aim to bounce back. We'll have the last 16 against the Blades in the FA Cup. More big games in the league. And I'll make sure we do both legs of our Europa League last 16 time against the Turkish side Galatasaray, first leg away in the best country in the world. Have a great day, much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.